guys, welcome to Sippin Spillin. Syd here from 3 Mississippi. I am heading over to our friend Beth and Ryan's. The kids are all on spring break this week, well, starting tomorrow, and they're going on a church group thing tonight, and they're not going to get back to potentially as late as midnight is the rumor. So my other friend Jen is picking up Frankie and Kay from that tonight and taking them home, and then I'll get her on Monday, and they can, or today I guess, as you guys are seeing this, and they can spend some time together and do girly stuff. And don't mind that. That was just a box of hinges that Mike still hasn't taken out of the back of my truck that keep sloshing around. But anyway, Mike took off after church and after Sunday lunch. I brought Morgan back with us. She had spent the night last night and forgot to grab her stuff this morning when we went to church. So she had to come back to the house to get her stuff. And Ryan wanted to take Malin, our Polaris, our side-by-side, over to his place because he's got a cow that he cannot find. And they have a chunk of acreage. And he thinks it may have wandered over onto, he's been working on the fence line over there. In fact, that's what Frankie was over there the other day with Morgan, helping to kind of clear that for them. And Ryan put up a bunch of new fencing, but I guess there were a couple places where, as it was in progress, at some point, this one cow went AWOL. And so I think he's hoping they're going to find it, obviously not in the neighbor's pasture, but he's hoping they're going to find it. So they wanted to kind of split up and check all the territory and see if they could find this cow. And I was home alone, which almost never happens. I'm almost never home by myself anymore. So I was kind of enjoying it. I got some laundry put away. I got a brine made for some turkey that I'm making later this week. And although I just remembered I left that on the stove. I mean, I turned the stove off. It's cooling on the stove, but anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine till I get home. But I totally forgot about it. And I was offloading some footage for Friday's video this coming week. And she was like, come over and hang out while the guys are playing in the mud. And I'm like, all right. I go, give me a few minutes. I gotta finish these couple. I'm like almost done with these tasks. And realizing now as I'm talking to you all that I did not finish all my tasks because I left the brine on the counter and didn't finish cooling it down with ice and water and putting the turkey actually in it. But I can do that when I get home. Potholes! Sorry. I knew they were coming. There was nothing I could do about it. That whole section is sort of one long, wide pothole. Unless you go off-roading up into the hillside here, there's no way around that. But anyway, so Mike's been over there helping him find the cow. I have no idea if he found it. Ryan said he was going to bring Mike home. But Mike had mentioned, because we had a trailer the Polaris back, so Ryan was just going to do it and then drop the trailer because Mike wanted the trailer for something, I think. I don't remember. But I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and come by and we could just hook it up to the truck and do that. So no big deal. But so I'm headed over there right now. Hopefully they found the cow. But I know it's been out for about a week. Luckily, we're not in the middle of summer or anything crazy like that. So there's plenty of water puddles around and things like that. So it's got plenty of food and plenty of water. It's not like it's middle of summer and it's in a weird pasture where there's no access to water or something like that. So should be okay as long as they can locate it. But we'll see. Because I guess apparently he found the tag. It had an ear tag. And apparently he found the tag not attached to a cow. And I'm assuming it made it sound like it had ripped out, like it squeezed itself through somewhere weird. I don't know. I didn't get the skinny on if this was a juvenile or what, but they're looking for it. So hopefully they find it and all will be right with the world. And Mike and I will actually we had the girls last night had a sleepover, and man, let me tell you what, there is nothing like teenage girl sleepover to just ruin your daylight savings time change evening. because like I already knew, okay, we're losing an hour. Check. Then we had a bad thunderstorm roll through. In fact, I forgot to check the rain gauge before I left to see exactly how many inches we got, but it got hit pretty hard, and it didn't hit until around midnight. And I woke up at about, and I remember because I looked at the clock, it was 12:23, and I could still hear the girls downstairs. They were talking to Mike. Mike was still up, and my dogs were kind of freaking out, but they were downstairs with them and kind of just following the girls, because the girls were running back and forth and talking to Mike, and I guess they were playing guitar. I don't know. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to close the door to the bedroom. I'm going to try to get some sleep. They're being loud, whatever. So I did, and I'm not sure how much longer it was. I dozed off. I didn't check the clock again, but all of a sudden I hear this frantic scratching, pushing, clawing at the door. So I get up, open the door. Lundy and Skylar come running in the bedroom. They wanted mommy for the thunderstorm. So I put Skylar won't jump on the bed because she just won't. I don't know what it is. She's weird. She'll jump. She can clear a fence if she wants to. She's a good runner. She's a good jumper. She's terrified of jumping on the bed. I have no idea why. I can't figure it out. But once I put her on the bed, she's fine, and she will jump off when I get up in the morning before I can even get to her to help her down. She's an odd one, that one, but bless her little heart. She's adorable. So I get her in bed with me. Lundy finally settles down. There was a really big thunder boom. Lundy wakes me back up in my face on my side of the bed, and she climbs up like a toddler would and like wanted me to spoon her like an 85-pound infant German Shepherd. Just sad. So I had to cuddle with her for a little while till she calmed down, and then she moved, thank goodness, because I was like, this is getting ridiculous. She was almost like suffocating me, like half on top of me. Like if she could have crawled inside of me, I think that she would have, because they don't like, and yes, for those of you who are about to ask, they do have medication that I can give them. I try not to give it to them because I knew when we lived in California, we would get rolling thunderstorms through, but it would be like a couple times a year, like maybe 5 times a year. I would have to maybe drug them. We're in Mississippi. There's thunderstorms every 5 minutes. So I can't just drug them constantly. I have to get them to like realize that it's okay. So we have been working on soothing in other ways, and they've actually been doing a lot better. Like sometimes now, if it's a mild thunderstorm, they don't even bat an eye. But this one like shook the house yesterday. So, and it was like in the middle of the night. So I get it. Like they were a little bit like, Mom, I need a cuddle. So, but they're big babies. And I had this weird dream last night about like, I don't even remember. I remember there was a road and it turned into lava. And it was just one of those weird, bizarre, almost like a fever dream, but it was like a thunderstorm dream because it was like dogs interrupting me, children screaming, them playing guitar downstairs, like losing an hour of sleep on top of all that. I feel like I was just not meant to get a lot of sleep last night. Like the Lord had other plans for me, and it was not a restful night of sleep. So I will be trying to make up for that tonight. We'll see. But I mean, I have no idea, but I'm going to do my best. We'll see. Although all of us are kid free tonight. So, and I'm headed over to Beth's right now. So who knows? We may end up over there and go grab a bite to eat or something, but it's Sunday. So most places are closed unless we go to No Way Jose. So I don't know. But we'll see. I do think that like a nice quiet evening with no like child asking me for something or whatever is a little appealing tonight. Like just watching a movie without anybody talking through it, that's kind of sounds nice tonight. So we'll see. And I made a bunch of food yesterday since Morgan spent the night, so I got leftovers. I don't have to cook tonight. I'm like solid. I made this really good tabbouleh salad, and there's enough left of that for Mike and I to split for dinner, and then there's one whole chicken breast left that he and I can split for dinner. So, and then I made some Alfredo pasta, but I'm not eating that. So Mike can eat it if he wants to. But that was more for the girls, because it's Morgan's favorite is Alfredo pasta. So I was like, well, might as well make it. I actually still had milk in the house, which I don't normally, but I had made something that needed milk and had it in there because I gave up milk and dairy and stuff for Lent and sugar and all that. So there's a bunch of stuff that I'm like, well, I'm not eating that. Like when we went to Sunday lunch today, we actually went out for lunch and I didn't eat anything because where we went, it was like, there's butter in that, there's dairy in that, there's sugar in that. I'm like even the vegetables, I'm like, they're like broiled in butter. Like they're not broiled in butter. What do you call it? Poached in butter or whatever. And I was like, I can't eat that. That's breaking my Lent, you know? So anyway, they're all giving me a hard time about it, but I'm like, hey, I'm feeling better. And I'm like, I remember before when I cut out dairy, it made a big difference. Now, when I say cut it out, I don't eat it. Like once in a blue moon, I'll eat something with dairy in it. But I try to really limit it. Like it's not part of my regular daily, like, you know, like I think about it. And it really makes a difference with my digestion, my inflammation. Now I'm talking too about like commercially, like stuff you buy at the store. I'm not talking about like when I was making my own goat's milk and goat ice cream. Goat ice cream, that sounds like it would be meaty. Goat milk ice cream, I should say. Nobody wants a meaty ice cream. Meaty ice cream? Ew. Can you imagine? I know they make a mac and cheese ice cream, which no thank you. So I guess that's a thing, but not in my house. But I digress. So I've noticed a difference in like inflammation and stuff. So I do, and you guys that have been following the channel for a while, I do enjoy eating healthy. I work out every day. I'm very health conscious in that sense. But since we got to Mississippi, it was like trying all the things. And so I was like, you know, Lent's a good excuse to just get back to basics, like kind of take control of my health again and get things under control and lose my Mississippi 15. And so I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. And I've already made progress in that direction. And I did incorporate an additional exercise routine into my normal regimen because I felt like over the last few months, had lost some of my flexibility and certain aspects, like certain muscle groups. I felt like I had not been working as much lately as I should. And so I'm like, I found some cool things that I was doing, more like kind of a little bit of yoga and stretching stuff that I'm incorporating into it. That's also like strength training. So lots of turkey buzzards out today, man. Let me tell you what. Whew, I've seen a lot of them. There must be some dead things around and about lately. But I hadn't seen a deer in a hot minute. But Mike said he saw a deer when we were driving yesterday. And I hadn't seen a deer since the last full moon that we had. That was kind of crazy. And we saw all the deer that night. Like all the deer in Mississippi were out that night and on the road. And I thought for sure I was going to whack one because they were just right on the edge of the road, like ready to jump in front of the truck. So I don't know, just saying. But man, I mean, look at these fields behind me. It's just, I mean, spring is, I know it's like officially like, you know, and I know we're actually in a frost warning, or freeze warning rather, for the next 3 days down here. So we'll have to see. It's only supposed to get down to 29. But I think the conditions are right because it's moist enough with this storm system coming through, damp enough in the air. I don't know if we might get snow flurries. We'll see, because it's awfully damp out right now. And the temperature did drop. I think right now it's like 50, but there's like a definite like a chill, like a wind chill in the air. It doesn't feel like it's 50 right now. It feels, if I were to walk outside, I'd say, oh, it's like 39 or 40. It doesn't feel like 50, but it's that chill in the air, I guess. But I don't know. So, I'm going to go see now if Mike has found a cow. If Mike had a cow, maybe too. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully he found the cow, but hopefully he didn't have a cow. So, Hopefully they are enjoying that. Hopefully you have had a very blessed Sunday and weekend with your family, and you've tackled Monday like nobody's business today, hopefully. And we will see you tomorrow. And until then, safety's off. Bye.